Hey everyone, it's Connor from Koyfin. We just released a new version upgrade for our reporting functionality. At a high level, the focus of these improvements were adding customization, introducing a new exhibit, improving comparative analysis, and strengthening the presence of fees in reports. In today's video, I'll walk you through all of those improvements. Starting with a simple example of taking my client, Mark Smith, I want to compare his current portfolio to the one that I'm going to be proposing. So in Mark Smith's proposal, he has a lot of ETFs and some individual equity exposure. I'm offering him a solution that gives him the same type of coverage with a lower advisor fee and slightly lower fund fees as well. We can see in his holdings that he has a few ETFs, and we also have this aggressive equity sleeve as well. So I'm going to go ahead and create a report. We'll get started from scratch, and I'll use Mark's current portfolio that I've created in the model portfolios as the secondary portfolio in the comparison. Proceeding to the next step, we could add a bunch of details here like so, and when I'm happy with that, I will proceed. So starting with fees, we wanted to improve the presence of fees throughout the reporting. And the first place we did this is the comparison summary. So this page gives you a breakdown of the fees and income, as well as performance and risk. And there's a few things to touch on here. So the first thing, previously we used to just display one aggregated fee. Now we break that out into fund fees, advisor fees, and total fees, which you can see that the proposal beats the current portfolio across all factors. The client can now see we're charging 80 basis points versus 150. You can see there's a slight improvement on our fund fee structure, and overall we're saving them about 80 basis points of fees. The next thing we've done here is that we've added the ability to add advisor fees to your client portfolios. Previously, this was only possible in a model portfolio. So here is the edit portfolio screen of a client portfolio. You can see that we have some funds in here. We now have this advisor fee selection in the creation window, so I can go ahead and add my 1% fee here and define the collection period. This data will be factored into the performance of the client portfolio, and this will also feed through into the reports as well. And the last thing we've done here is we've created a brand new exhibit specifically for the comparison of fees. So if I scroll down here to the fee comparison table and select this, what we can see here is a table comparing the proposal versus the current portfolio that Mark Smith has. And this is based on a hypothetical future projection of the holdings and how each fee structure will impact the client long term. On our end, we can see that our proposed fees are expressed both as a percentage and dollar value, so we can see that for each of the funds in the portfolio. Down here, we have a summation of the fund fees, 20 basis points relative to 29 basis points for the current portfolio. Our advisor fees 0.78% here as well. And in the current portfolio, that's about 150 basis points for about double the expense. And up here in the top left, you can see that our proposed fees are about $9,500, whereas the current portfolio charges about $17,000 to $18,000, making an annual saving, if you come with us, of about $8,400. Projected over 3, 5, and 10 years, with an assumed rate of return of 7% for both portfolios, you can see that the savings really stack up over time. And this exhibit kind of segues into the next area of focus we had for reports version 3, which is customization. So you'll see in the top right-hand corner, we have a customize button here. If I want to change any of the assumptions in this forward projection, I can do so by pressing customize. It'll open this window. By default, these are the settings that each portfolio have. It will inherit the actual advisor fee of the model or client portfolio, but you can change those if you wish. The hypothetical portfolio value is $1 million, just to make a nice round number and so that the exhibit is easily understandable, but you can change that if you wish. The assumed rate of return is 7%. If I want to be more conservative and change this to 6, for example, and save those changes, it will recalculate everything in the exhibit. We've also added customization options to other exhibits, and we plan to introduce it to a lot more. Going back to the comparison summary for a second, if I want to edit what's shown in this exhibit, I can go to the Customize page. If I don't want to focus so much on volatility or the max drawdown, I can exclude those using the checkboxes, and when I save the changes, they will disappear from the exhibit. We've also added customization options to the cash sensitivity and fee sensitivity exhibits. So in these exhibits, we show you a hypothetical 60/40 portfolio, and they're really there to illustrate to the client the difference between having a 1% fee or a 2% fee, or varying levels of cash weightings in the portfolio. By default, we show 1, 1.5, and 2. If you want to make a more tailored comparison, you can press the customization option and edit these assumptions yourself. If you want to go with our fee, which is 0.8, we want the proposed fee, which is 1.5, and we might just be happy leaving 2 there as well. We can save those changes. And now we can make a direct comparison between our fee, which is 0.8, and the current fee, which is 1.5. We have a similar thing over in cash sensitivity as well, where by default we show 0, 10, and 20% of cash. You can customize these to create a more tailored illustration for your client. There's still more areas we want to add customization to, so stay tuned for that. And lastly, we added more comparative analysis into the reports as well. If I navigate over to the holdings summary, you'll now see that we have asset allocation, which is comparative. And we've also introduced a comparative analysis to the style boxes. We have one in equity exposure, where we now break down the style box of the proposed and current portfolio. We also have a comparative in the fixed income exposure as well, where we can see that both of the portfolios are more so weighted into the high quality credit and the intermediate maturity range. So that does it for this video. As always, you're welcome to reach out to us by popping a comment in the comment section below. Our help desk is help@koyfin.com. We are at Koyfin Charts across all of our socials. Until next time, thank you.